Open your book to page 335, and let's start with number 2. The instruction says, what value or values of the variable, if any, must be excluded? So you have 5 minus 4x over x plus 3. So in this case, the excluded value is negative 3. That means x cannot equal to negative 3. Because when x equal to negative 3, then you got negative 3 plus 3 will give you 0, and you have denominator equal to 0 will give you undefined. So excluded value means the value that you're not allowed to have. Okay, so in this case, it's negative 3, so x cannot equal to negative 3. So that's your excluded value. Again, when you have a negative 3, then you have negative 3 plus 3 will give you 0, and that is not allowed. Okay. Now let's go to number 8. So you got x minus 1 over 3. In this case, there is no variable in the denominator, so it will never equal to 0. So in this case, there will be none. Okay, there will be no excluded value. Now let's go to number 12. You have x plus 2 over 5x squared minus 5x. So in this case, when you have binomial over here, you need to do the factoring in order to figure out your excluded value. So go to the factoring. So in this case, you can factor out the 5x. So you're going to get x minus 1. So in this case, your excluded value would be 0, right? Because 0 is not allowed. Over here, your excluded value is 1. So because 1 will make it equal to 0, right? So in this case, x cannot equal to 0. X cannot equal to 1. Because when you have x equal to 0, it will make this equal to 0. So that's not allowed. When x equal to 1, you got 1 minus 1 give you 0. Again, that's not allowed. So these are your excluded values. So again, excluded value means values that you're not allowed to have. And those values are the one that will make denominator equal to 0. Okay, now let's go to number 14. So you have negative 2, you have 2 over negative x equal to question mark over x. So you want to figure out what the question mark is. So what you do is just go and do the matching. So question mark equal to, so see this match with that, right? So question mark will match with negative 2. And that's it. So just go ahead and do the matching. So if you go to number 16, you have 2 minus x over negative 9 equal to question mark over 9. So you can do the matching. So the 9 match with the 9. So the question mark will match with leftovers. So negative times that will give you negative 2 plus x. And that will be your answer for number 16. So you can just, what you do, just go ahead and do the matching. So if you go to number 20, you have 3 over negative x minus 4 equal to 3 over question mark. So again, what you do is go and do the matching. So 3 match with 3. So question mark will match with whatever is left over. And you have to multiply out, right? So in this case, we give you negative x plus 4. You have to distribute, multiply. And that's it. Okay. Now let's go to page 336. And let's go and do number 24. So you got 10m squared n over 5mn. So this one you want to reduce to the lowest term, means you're going to do cancellation and all that. So you start with the number and you go down the alphabet and you do the grouping. Okay? So 5 and 10 divisible by 5, right? Divide by 5 you get 1, and 10 divided by 5 you get 2. The m squared over m will give you m on the top. The n and the n will cancel out. So your answer would be just equal to 2m over 1. So answer would be just 2m. Okay. Let's go to number 28. You have 3x plus 12 over x plus 4. Okay, so these are terms. So do not cancel out terms. When you see addition, subtractions, these are terms. So as soon as you see terms, you got to think about factoring. So do not cancel these things out. Okay, so on the top, you have to factor out the 3. So you got x plus 4 and you got x plus 4. Okay? And so when you have terms, you have to cancel all or nothing. So in this case, you got x plus 4 cancel with the x plus 4. So that's a whole group. So your answer would be just equal to 3. Okay, let's go to number 32. You have 4x cubed minus 4x squared over 12x squared minus 12x. So again, first you have to do all the factoring. As soon as you see terms, as soon as you see addition, subtractions, you have to go and do the factoring. So step 1, common factor, so factor the 4x squared on the top, so you get x minus 1. On the bottom, you can factor the 12x, so you're going to get x minus 1. So now you can go and do the canceling. So you can first you do the number, so 4 and 12, you get 1 and 3. Then you do the variables, so x squared and x, you can cancel, you get x. And then you go do the grouping, right? So these are the groups. So this group cancel out. So you only thing you have left is x over 3. So you got x over 3, and that's your answer. Okay, let's go to number 36. You have x plus 8 over 8. So again, those are terms you have to do factoring. This one you cannot do any factoring, and so therefore this one you cannot do any cancellation. Do not cancel 8 with the 8. Okay, you cannot do that. Okay, it's almost like if you have 18 over 8, you cannot just cancel it out and make it equal to 1. Okay, it doesn't work that way, right? So you can. So these are terms are like digits. So you cannot just cancel it out. Okay, so do not cancel the 8. So in this case, you cannot do anything, so you just leave it. Okay. Let's go to number 40. You have x squared minus 4 over x minus 2. So again, first you have to do is you got to do factoring first. So these are the step 2a, the difference of square. So you factor into conjugates. So it would be x plus 2, x minus 2. On the bottom, you get x minus 2. So you can cancel, so you get x plus 2 is your final answer. Let's go to number 44. You have x squared minus 9 over x squared plus 5x plus 6. So again, as soon as you see addition, subtraction, those are terms. So right away you got to do factoring. So this one, again, every factoring you go through the step 1, step 2, step 4, right? So step 1, common factor cannot. So this is step 2a, the difference of square. So it factor into x plus 3, x minus 3. This one is going to be the master product, the step 4. So going to get the cross, we got 5 and 6. So 1 comma 6, 2 comma 3, and that's it, right? So you're going to get x plus 2, x plus 3, right? So plus 2 plus 3. So the x plus 3 cancel out. So you get x minus 3 over x plus 2. And that's it for number 44. Okay, let's go to number 48. Okay, number 48, you have 8x squared minus 10x minus 3 over 12x squared plus 11x plus 2. As soon as you see addition, subtraction, those are terms, so do not ever cancel terms. Okay, make sure you just go ahead and do the factoring. So on the top, step 1 cannot, right? Common factor cannot, special factor, none of these are square, cannot. So let's go to step 4, master product. So it'd be negative 10, and this would be negative 24. Remember, master product, you have to multiply these, right? So again, you start with 1 comma negative 24, 2 comma negative 12, and that's it. Right, so it's faster if you just go 1, 2, 3, go down the list. And so for this one, you have to start with x and ax. Okay, so you always start with the lowest and the highest. But notice none of these is going to be multiple of 8. Right? 8 times something is not going to equal to that. So you have to go to the next one. Okay, so you have to try the 2x and 4x. So you have to try 2x and 4x. So you have to figure out, okay, 4 times 12 will give you one of these numbers. Well, it had to be negative 12, right? So this is the inside. So this would be minus 3. 4 times negative 3 give you negative 12. So this would be the outside, so it would be plus 1. Right, so here's your inside. Negative 3 times 4 give you negative 12. Outside, 2 times 1 give you 2. Okay, you're going to do the same thing for the bottom. Okay, so your Melson product is going to be 11 and 24. So you start with 1 comma 24, 2 comma 12, 3 comma 8, and that's the one, right? Okay, so again, you start with the highest, the lowest, and the highest. So you got x and 12x. So 12 times something is never equal to that. Okay, so x and 12x is not going to work. So you have to try the next one. So you have to try 2x and 6x, right? 2 times 6 will give you 12, right? And okay, so in this case, again, 6 times something will never give you that. So it's still no good. So you have to go to the next one. So you go to 3 and 4. So you try 3 and 4. So this is going to work now. So this will be the inside. So 4 times 2, right? 4 times 2 give you 8. That's the inside. That's the outside. So it'll be plus 1. 3 times 1 give you 3. Okay? So again, inside, 2 times 4 is 8. Outside, 3 times 1 give you 3. Okay, then after that, you're going to cancel things out. This cancel with that. So you're going to get 2x minus 3 over 3x plus 2. And that's it. Do not cancel the x. Do not cancel the 3. Do not cancel the 2. Do not cancel any of those things. Okay, you only can cancel the group, okay, after you factor. Okay, over here. Okay, let's go to number 52. You have 8 times n minus 2m on the top. And you have 3n plus m. And you have 2m minus n. Okay, so at first it looks like there's nothing in common, right? But if you look over here, this is n minus 2m, this is 2m minus n. So they are opposite of each other. So in this case, you can cancel these things out, but it will equal to negative 1. So this and this cancel out, it becomes negative 1. And therefore, your answer would be negative 8 over 3n plus m. And that would be your answer. So you got to know what these things is. Okay, again, when they are reverse of the subtraction, when you cancel, it's going to give you negative 1. Okay, let's go to number 56. You have 3x squared minus 12y squared over ax plus 2by plus 2ay plus bx. Okay, so again, you have to do factoring. So on the top, step 1, common factor, you have to factor the 3. So you got x squared minus 4y squared. So that's your step 1 for the top. On the bottom, you have 4 terms, so you have to do the grouping. So you have to do the ax plus, well, if you plus 2by, you're going to get stuck. So I'm going to switch the terms. I'm going to have bx plus 2by plus 2ay. I'm going to arrange this in correct order. So I'm going to go 2ay, 2by. Okay. Okay, so again, I'm grouping these two together over here, and these two over here, and I write it in order, right, in alphabetical order. Okay, so now go back to the top. So on the top, this is step 1. Now you have to do step 2. This is difference of square. So you're going to get the conjugates, right? So that's your conjugate, that's your template. So you're going to get x and x, right? X and x give you x squared. Plus and minus give you minus. 2 times 2 give you 4. Y times y give you y squared, right? Now over here on the bottom, you have to factor out the x. So you're going to get a plus b. Over here, you're going to factor out the 2y. So factor out the 2y. So you got a plus b. Then after that, you have to factor out the a plus b. So on the top, we're done factoring the top. So on the bottom, you factor out the a plus b, and the leftover would be x plus 2y. Okay, so now you can go and see if you have anything, the identical terms. So these two groups are the same. So you can go and cancel out the group. So your answer would be 3x minus 2y over a plus b. And that's it.